Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Lines Forever. Got another ladder cast. We're on Theta Passage 5. Not sure why it's just Theta Passage with a 5 after it. Never really understood that name. Maybe someone can explain it. So it's like Theta Passage except a lot more mexes. So it's not really like it at all. After that wonderful intro, let's intro the players. We have Crazed Chariot going first lab. And Turin turambar not going first lab because he is a lowly seraphim. Just an NG. Oh my god, that's actually... The ramp is here. Are you kidding me? I've never ever seen that. Well, there's your addendum to the map intro. What looks like the ramp is actually the ramp on this side. Nice. This lab is gonna wreck his Celine. Oh, he's trying to get away. I love mech marines. They're so cool. Run, little guy. Turin gonna take a step over just to scare him away and then keep on building the Hydro. Poor Seraphim don't have many options here. 2-1. There's a shitty Celine, which is expensive and not very good at killing anything, and has low radar coverage in comparison to other T1 scouts. And Crazed got second air, and he has a lot of labs out. 4 labs. And TAMs are also bad against labs, as well as Seraphim not having a lab. Easily taken out by those 3 mech marines. And Turin gonna try and cut these out. He has no radar coverage to see them, but he can guess where they're going. And he gets 1. And 2, that's pretty good. Pretty good defending there. Does lose an NG. Crazed with his throttle on. So we're gonna get a ghetto. Need another mech marine though. We want to have 6, so it's filled to capacity. And we have an anti-air turret in the base. I don't like that. Because it's not going to help him versus a ghetto gunship, really. You need anti-airs. And it's also blind. He hasn't seen... He didn't get a Celine into the base or anything, so he's just building an anti-air. I'd much rather build some mobile anti-air in this scenario. But I guess he does need the tanks. Well, yeah, now we have mobile anti-air coming out after static A, and we have an air factory, so that's not exactly ideal. Engineers going down left, right, and center. This ghetto doing good work. Oh, there's actually only 5 in this ghetto. 5 labs. So, not quite the best DPS he could have. Did we see an engineer go down over here? Oh, we see a dead Celine. There's an engineer up here. So there's a lot of reclaim fields here that you need to get. Over here we have around these rocks, there's quite a bit of reclaim, and in the middle there's a little bit. And more on the sides. So this map is pretty tough. The maxes are all, well, they're pretty spread and hard to hold. There's not much terrain in the way, so the map is extremely open. The transport is going to go down. You should fly it back so you can reclaim it. It's like 100 mass. Did save the labs though. Oh, if ACU is moving horizontally, you want to try and use your ACU to just hold this and stop your enemy from raiding. So these back 4maxes and these ones here. So you can see a bit of a push coming in from Crazed in this direction. Crazed has a nice advantage after that ghetto. He's actually gone into T2 land very quickly. And this is going to a T2 support factory. Nice. And this is while Turin... Okay, now he's scouted. He should cancel this factory, I think, and just not waste mass on more T1 factories. Just reclaim it and go T2. So you don't really want to fight pillars with TAMs. And this attack around the back, it's come the whole way through. Probably best not to just push the whole way in here. He should just... He can only really kill these two. He can't hope to get any more damage done, so... I'd probably have tried to retreat. But I guess he's getting good trades, and if he went back this way, he'd probably run into the ACU, so... Fair enough on that one. Bit of a raid here, gonna get cleaned up. Whether it's efficient or not depends on how fast Crazed gets the mexes and the reclaim. And he looks pretty quick at it. Now we have 2 on bombers coming out. Ooh. They're being very effective. We have a flak out. Yeah, no T1 factory except this one. So he doesn't actually have any T1 mobile. Flak is missing quite a lot. There goes one bomber and a second. The other two fly away. Good position for a PD here. Walls are also quite useful to just close the map slightly. As you can see, there's just no terrain across the middle, completely open, which makes it a very unit heavy map, obviously, seeing as it's 5x5 as well. And this factory just gone T2, and yeah, so we have more Zuis coming out now instead of THAMs. That is expensive to run. It costs more than a normal unit, because Zuis have a lower build time for their cost. So be careful making Zuis. It is more costly than normal T1 factory production. The first still sheet comes out, but there's already like maybe 10 pillars, 13 pillars even, and 2 flags, so let's see what Turin can do. Crazed could be doing more here, I feel. He has a lot of units. He has a really big army advantage. I mean, you have 20 T1 tanks, a few Argies and 1 Ilshi, 2 Ilshis now. versus 10 T1 tanks. 16 pillars. That's the kind of pillar snipe time where you just grab all your tanks and walk into the ACU. Or grab all your tanks and walk into the enemy base. That would be great. Maybe slightly missed the timing there, but he could also have used that time to maybe get an AC upgrade. He does have a lot of power. He can afford to make the gun or something like that, even T2. Although T2 is not so useful here because you don't have that much mass to work with to make those PDs. It's still good. It's still a good upgrade, but the gun is surely superior. So we have some raiding. There's a hydro. Some reclaim is left here. A few mechs go down. Spore flak has been forgotten about. So Turin's just keeping his entire army with him. He knows he's probably behind, or definitely behind on units, so you gotta be careful with your ACU. He's just gonna keep it all together, defend his Il Chevaux from OCs and stuff. Crazed is retreated way back right now. I think he doesn't realize his advantage. He's getting some raiding done here, but these are ultimately gonna die, so there's no anti-air. Is done some damage though. No radar in this position, no engineer. Oh, we do have an engineer. Yeah, he's super defensive and I don't know why. Turin is just seizing map control here and he really shouldn't be allowed to do that. He has 4 Il Chevaux with this commander which is unupgraded. So he just needs to take it easy. This was a nice move here to just kill some mexes, and Crazed was kind of in retreat. He is kind of slow getting these mexes back in the reclaim. I mean, not super slow, but if he wants to get back into the game, I think he needs to be faster. So we have T2 air. Interesting. And we have T2 transport. And we have labs. And we know what that means. We have some T2 ghetto gunships to end the game. After the T1 gunships began it. Now Crazed is pushing out. Turin's like, fuck this. I'm just gonna leave. Not fight, not leave any reclaim. I mean, he left a small amount, but that's just a dead pillar. I have a lone Ilshi gonna raid the right hand side, which is perfect. As long as he doesn't die to air. Well, there's only 2 inties. So many bombers being made, I think that's too many really. They get quite expensive. The radar is quite nice for Turin. He knows exactly where the units are going. Still, she can just kill all the mexes over here. There's no engineer, no factory. You really want to get a factory up, I think, in this expansion somewhere. It's quite handy because it'll be useful for rebuilding mexes and also reclaiming wrecks after fights. More anti-air coming up. He sees the T2 air and walks towards his enemy. We have 2 flags out. I hope we have more in the way. 2 is not that many. 16 inch is pretty good though. Still have no commander upgrades. But here come 4 T2 ghettos. They're not actually full. It's kind of like 3 T2 ghettos really. Or 3 and a bit. But 1 flak will kill them. So Turin has to be really careful not to throw away these flaks. Because as soon as he does, he dies. That will be the end of it. And if the inties come in, try and do some damage. Where are Crazed inties? Bit of a push from Turin. It's pretty ballsy. Pretty ballsy to try commander push here where Crazed is, and those are probably engineers getting him an upgrade. There's the gun. Yeah, could do with a few more labs. He actually has a lot more labs. Wow, it's like a fake army. Just has labs mixed in there as though they're like T2 units or something. That's hilarious. Hmm. 4 flags. Well, Turin has definitely got himself back into the game. The gunships, the ghettos have done sweet fuck all. He really should. Well, he should know this. This is upgrades happening. And if you see someone doing this, getting an upgrade, and they're actually going pretty fast at it with assist, then I mean you gotta push them and deny it, or you gotta make your own. Really, I think that's the 2 main options you have. So if you just let someone get the gun, and you're just, I don't know, making Ilshavo, that's not a good trade for you. It's just overcharge your expensive T2 tanks and then outrange your ACU. This is very nice. Crazed split his army, and Turin just says, well, okay, I'll just take advantage of that. Again, he's still keeping essentially his entire army right next to his ACU. That's the best way to avoid suiciding. Just keep your entire army stuck with your ACU. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my goodness. RIP turambar 2017. Oh, the flax. There's 1 flak. Oh. Wow. The Janus. The fucking Janus. Janus followed up with some gunships. And the ghettos did so much damage. Nice snipe from Crazed. He probably didn't help himself too much by going for the T2 air and the ghettos. I mean, they eventually worked, but he made it tricky. But yeah, you can see how he kept the ghettos for ages. Didn't throw them away. You want to do that with gunships of all kinds. If you have like 10 gunships, you just want to hold on to those and just keep them in the back of your opponent's mind. So they have to be worrying about it every time they use their ACU. And then the one time they forget, that you have them, then or you just force a push, and then you can use them and win the game. So nice patience there from Crazed. He picked the right moment and won the game. Look at this from Turin though. He has T2 mexes out the ass. Meanwhile, his opponent has T2 air, and he has no commander upgrades. And come on, T2 mexes really on 5x5 deserve to be punished. So, GG, well played, both players. Thanks for watching.